Hello, it's Mr Baglin again.
Welcome to this online numeracy lesson. Today we're going to be learning about one of the 4 number operations. Before we begin, we are going to practice some of our times tables. Are you ready? Multiplication.
Table troopers, where are we?
At the airport, sir.
And table troopers, which table are we tackling today?
The 4 times table, sir.
And why, table troopers, are we tackling the 4 times table?
To help our maths take off, sir.
That's silly. Table troopers, who are you?
Table troopers, learning as we march along. Table troopers, with this 4 times table song.
Right, troopers, marching in multiples of 4. Go! 4, 8, 12, 16.
4, 8, 12, 16.
20, 24, 28, 32.
20, 24, 28, 32.
36, 40, 44, 48.
36, 40, 44, 48.
Troopers only, marching in multiples of 4. Go!
4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48.
Table troopers, learning as we march along. Table troopers, with this 4 times table song.
Right, troopers, time for trooper table facts. 4 times 1 is what?
4 times 1 is 4.
4 times 2 is what?
4 times 2 is 8.
4 times 3 is what?
4 times 3 is 12.
4 times 4 is what?
4 times 4 is 16.
4 times 5 is what?
4 times 5 is 20.
4 times 6 is what?
4 times 6 is 24.
4 times 7 is what?
4 times 7 is 28.
4 times 8 is what?
4 times 8 is 32.
4 times 9 is what?
4 times 9 is 36.
4 times 10 is what?
4 times 10 is 40.
4 times 11 is what?
4 times 11 is 44.
4 times 12 is what?
4 times 12 is 48.
Table troopers, learning as we march along. Table troopers, with this 4 times table song.
Right, troopers, time for trooper table testing. 4 times 2 is what?
4 times 2 is 8.
4 times 10 is what?
4 times 10 is 40.
4 times 6 is what?
4 times 6 is 24.
4 times 11 is what?
4 times 11 is 44.
4 times 5 is what?
4 times 5 is 20.
4 times 9 is what?
4 times 9 is 36.
4 times 1 is what?
4 times 1 is 4.
4 times 8 is what?
4 times 8 is 32.
4 times 12 is what?
4 times 12 is 48.
4 times 3 is what?
4 times 3 is 12.
4 times 7 is what?
4 times 7 is 28.
4 times 4 is what?
4 times 4 is 60.
Table troopers, learning as we march along. Table troopers, with this 4 times table song. Table troopers, learning as we march along. Table troopers, with this 4 times table
totally terrific and tremendously talented table troopers.
Excuse me, sir. Please can I have a cup of tea and a biscuit, sir?
Speak up.
Please can I have a cup of tea and a biscuit, sir? Stupid planes. Go away. Go somewhere else. Don't want planes on this airport anymore.
Did you enjoy Table Troopers? I hope so. We always have lots of fun singing and dancing to it in the classroom. At Parents' Evening, you were all given a home learning pack. Can you find your pencil and some squared paper? First, I would like you to write the target shown below the top of your page. During the lesson, I will be asking you to complete some examples on your sheet of squared paper. I would like you to pause the video. You'll see an icon on the screen like this. When I have given you a task to do, this will give you time to write your answer. Are you ready? In our recent multiplication lessons, we've been using our expanded column method for multiplication. This uses your partitioning skills and breaks the big number into tens and ones. However, it takes up an awful lot of space on the page. There is another way we can multiply that still uses your partitioning skills, but you don't write out the separate tens and ones calculations. We just call it the column method. Would you like to see it?
Right, the number or the sum that we're going to be using is 14 times by 4 equals. So I'm going to do the expanded column the way that we've been doing it over here. Okay, so we've got tens and ones. Always should label our columns. And I'm going to choose some different colours. So we've got 14. So I'm going to choose red for the tens number, green for the ones number, and we're multiplying it by 4. This is going to kind of help us to keep track of what's going on. So in our sum, the first thing that we do, we multiply the 4 by 4. So that's this 4 by 4, yeah? And our answer is 4 lots of 4. You're right, the answer is 16. We've got 6 and we've got the teen. So I'll keep my tens and ones numbers. The next thing we do, we multiply our 10 by the 4. So that's this tens number by the 4, don't we? So 10 lots of 4 are, you've got it, 40. So do that one. Then we add them up. We've got 6 and nothing is 6. And 1 and 4 is 5, but they're tens. We know their tens are in the tens column. Is 56. Maybe I should have done those as colours as well. Perhaps we'll do that one as that, and that one we'll do red, so we know what they are. Still tens and ones. That's good. That makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? Okay. Now our new method, what I'll do just to avoid any confusion, change that to blue. So our new method looks like this. Column headings, tens and ones. Yep. we're going to lay it out exactly the same. We've got 1, 10, 4 ones, and we're going to multiply that by 4. So our multipliers in black, the ones number, tens number. So 4 times. This 4 multiplied by 4 is 16, quite right. So what we do, we need to put the 6 here. One thing I've forgotten to do, we have another equal sign underneath there. We put the 6 there, but the 10 of 16 we carry underneath. This time we've got our 4 multiplying this 10. So 10 4 times is still 40, but we've got this one here, haven't we? 10 times by 4 is 40, but we need to remember that we've carried the 10 from 16 into the ones column. So we've got 10 times by 4 is 40, plus this 110 is 50. The answer is 56. The answer here is 56. We've just removed these steps and you've done them in your head. So you're still partitioning the number into tens and ones and multiplying each one, but you're not actually writing them down. So this means if you can cope with this method, then your maths is getting really, really sophisticated. I think we should try some more.
Look at this calculation.
Okay, so the number that I've chosen, or the sum, is 13 multiplied by 5 equals. Expanded column first, my labels in, 10, and the ones number of 13. The multiplier I'm going to put in black, which is multiplied by 5. My equal sign, do it straighter than me, please. Now the first thing we do, we multiply this ones number by the 5, don't we? And we know that 3 lots of 5 lots of 3 is 15, isn't it? The next thing we have to do is multiply the tens number by 5. And we know that 10 5 times is 50. And I'm going to add my equal sign. Goes there. Now 5 plus nothing, got nothing, add on 5 means I've now got 5. I've got 1 lot of 10 and 5 lots of 10 equals 6 lots of 10. Well done. Now a new method, tens and ones. So it's going to look exactly the same with my multiplier in black. I'm going to put an equal sign in, but this time I'm going to draw this equal sign in already. Equal sign there. So before we start our calculation, it's starting to look a little bit different. But we still do the same things. We still multiply the ones number by the multiplier, in this case 5. So 3 multiplied by 5 is 15, same as that one. But this is where it gets a little different. We put the 5 from 15 in the ones column, but we don't put the tens number here. We actually put the tens number underneath. We carry it into this column, but we don't actually write it in yet. So the 10 from the number 15, this 10 here, goes underneath. we carry it across. Then, just like the next phase, 10 times by 5 equals 50. 10 times by the 5 equals 50. But we've got this one here. So we've got the 10 multiplied by 5 is 50, plus this one is 60. So this method is a lot quicker, a lot shorter, but does rely more on your knowledge of times tables and being able to do them in your heads. That's why it's so important you practice your times tables. Every day we try to get some times table practice at the start of the lessons, whether you're in school or doing your home learning. And of course, we encourage you to use TT Rockstars. And now this is where all of that practice is going to come into play. I'm not going to use any times tables that you shouldn't have been practicing. We're only going to be multiplying by 2s, by 3s, by 4s, by 5s, by 8s, probably not by 10s. Okay, times tables that you should be getting more familiar with. But it's a shorter, quicker, and it takes up less space on the page. But it does, like I say, rely on your knowledge of times tables. Let's try another one.
Let's look at another calculation.
Okay, so the next example we're going to have a go at is 16 times by 4. And I'll write it here just to kind of keep it out. So 16 multiplied by 4. I'm not going to do the expanded column one this time. I'm just going to launch straight into our new column multiplication. Still keep the same colours. So we've got our 16. And the multiply I'm going to keep to black. Yeah, we're going to draw our second equal sign there. So I've got 6 4 times. 4 times by 6, 6 times by 4. Okay, so there's an easy way we can do this. If you know your 4 times table, that's great. If you remember, we can double our 2 times table to get to the answer for the 4 times table. So 2 lots of 6 is, 12. Double 6 is 12. So then if you double that answer, it's the same as multiplying by 6 by 4. So 12 multiplied by 2 is 24. 6 4 times is 24. So we put our 4 in the ones column and we carried the tens number into the tens column. So we've got our 24 here, haven't we? 24. It's just it doesn't actually show in that column. Now multiplying the tens number. 10 4 times 4 lots of 10 is 40. But we can't put it in here straight away. We can't put it in there because we've got these two that we need to add. So 10 4 times is 40 plus another 2 lots of 10, they're in the tens column, is 60. 16 times by 4 is 64. And as we've got this calculation open, we could pop it into there. Let's try another one.
Look at this calculation.
Okay, this example is 14 multiplied by 6. I'll write it out here. 14 multiplied by 6. When you get your list of calculations, you'll see them written like this, but you don't really need to write that calculation out. Okay, use our column headings. I'll use my blue for the column headings again. But I'm not going to use any different colours. I'm just going to use plain old black. And I'm multiplying that by 6. Now, we might not be secure in our 6 times table, but we know our 4 times table, don't we? So 6 4 6 times is the same as 6 4 times. So 4 times by 6, 1 lot of 4, 2 lots of 4. You can reuse your repeated addition is 8, 3 lots of 4 is 12, 4 lots of 4 is 16, 5 lots of 4 is 20, 6 lots of 4 is 24. I need to put my equal sign in there, of course, don't I? 6 times 4 is 24. So we put the 4 in the ones column, and that 2 we carry into the tens column. So 4 6 times is 24. Then we multiply our tens number. 6 lots of 10. 10 times 6 is 60 straight away. You know your 10 times table. So you can work out what 6 lots of 10 is. But we can't just put it in here, can we? We can't just put that 6 in there, because we've still got this fella down here, or this little lady. So we can't actually put that 6. We need to keep that 6 in our head and add on the 2 lots of 10 that we've already carried across. So 60 plus this 20 equals 80. 14 multiplied by 6 is 84. Now, I am asking an awful lot of you by pushing you onto this method, but a little bit of effort, and I'm pretty sure lots of you will be able to get it.
Have a go at this calculation on your own. First, label the columns tens and ones. Then, multiply the ones column. Remember to carry any tens into the tens column. Next, multiply the tens number. Don't forget to add the tens you've already carried across. Off you go. How did you get on?
Let's see how you did. So the sum I wanted you to do on your own was 14 multiplied by 3. Okay. Hopefully you set your sum out as we practiced before. In our expanded column. This time you had to add your other equal sign there, didn't you? Then hopefully you multiplied your ones number 3 times. Remember, we can do 3 lots of 4. If you've been practicing your 4 times table, great. If you've been practicing your 3 times table, great. You'll be able to do this one really easily, and you'll know that 4 lots of 3 or 3 lots of 4 equals 12. And you know that you have to hopefully carry across into your tens column. So 3 times 3 4 times equals 12. Okay, so your 10 is still in the ones column, but we've not actually put it in our answer yet because we've not finished the sum. Oops. Now multiply the tens numbers. We've got 10 3 times. Easy peasy is 30. But we've got this one here as well. So you should have remembered you've got your 30, keep that in your head, but you're adding this 10 onto it. So 30 and another 10 is 40. 14 3 times is 42. As I've got my calculation open here, I'm going to put it there to make it into an equation equal about both sides. Now, if you got that right all on your own, fantastic work. I'm really, really impressed. Because I'm really pushing you. That's why our target is I'm beginning to use the column method. Now, one thing that might have gone wrong, if you didn't get it right, where did you go wrong? I've already got my opinions on where it might have gone wrong. Okay. I think what might have happened, I'm just going to very quickly copy it out here. I think we might have got this bit right, done that bit right. I think we would have even multiplied 4 times 3 correctly, but I reckon you've written it in there. like that. And then when you come to do your 10 times 3, where does that go? It's got 30. 30, where do I put my 30? There's nowhere to put that sum, is there? So you might have ended up with some, you might have gone like that. Put your 30 in there. Just trying to think how else we might see that. You could have put perhaps the 30 could have, it might have gone, you might have kind of ended up with all sorts of numbers in there, or you might have had, how else might that have gone? Maybe we could have had, if we put that 2 in, I think the 2 would have been in the right place. You might have gone 1 and 30, so you might have gone like that. So I know that I've got 30 and my 1 there, so it might, I'm not quite sure how it would have panned out. So if you did get your sum correct, well done, fantastic work. If you didn't, have a look where you went wrong and see if you can write it out as I've done it. See if you can, see if you can make yours look like mine. I've got some for you to try independently to see how you get on.
Your target today is I am beginning to be able to multiply using the column method. First, label the columns tens and ones. Then multiply the ones column. Remember to carry any tens into the tens column. Next, multiply the tens number. Don't forget to add the tens you have already carried across. Your target today is I am beginning to be able to multiply using the column method. In order to be successful today, you have to first label the columns tens and ones. Then multiply the ones column. Remember to carry any tens into the tens column. Next, multiply the tens number. Don't forget to add the tens you have already carried across. When you have finished, check your work against the answers on the next page. Did you meet the criteria? How did you get on? If you would like to complete some independent work, then log on to TT Rockstars for times tables or Purple Mash for some maths games. Thank you for your hard work today. I would love to see the results of your hard work. Send your calculations to me at school. You can use any of the ways you can see on the screen: WhatsApp, email or postbox. I'll see you again soon for some more numeracy tomfoolery. Bye!